Okay, guys, if you just watched my video about don't get scared when things get scary, this is the video where I said I was going to talk about the jewelry that I have on and the story about it. That will come at the end. So stay with me. But in this video, I'm going to kind of continue what I was saying on the previous. When we stop being scared, we take our action. Then we stop complaining and take action. Why is it so important to stop complaining? First of all, it's because complaining makes us feel like we did something without really doing anything. It's nothing. So instead of complaining on social media or going on to a video and fussing about what's happening or calling up your friends or texting like crazy or sending out memes or doing whatever it is you're doing, stop. Vote, volunteer, help. Those are the three things to do. Vote, volunteer, help. Whether you're voting with your dollars, whether you're voting at the ballot box, whether you're voting by what you do and do not do, vote. Then volunteer. Step up and take action. Go through your closet and give some clothes away to people that you know. You can take them down to a donation center if you would like, but if you know people who need stuff, offer it to them first. Do you have extra food that you don't need? Offer it to them first. Go out and volunteer to be somebody who makes a positive change. And then ties with it, help. Do you know a mom who is going berserk? Go visit her. Offer to watch her kids while she grocery shops. If the babies are too little and you can't do that, then go over and just spend time with her and read one of her kids a story. Let her go to the bathroom without help. Vote, volunteer, help. Help people. You can help your neighbor. You can mow a lawn. You can make a meal. You can do something. If you are dead broke and can't leave your house, is there something you can do telecommuting? Can you help somebody that you know that owns a business that's been really hit by COVID and really isn't making much money? Could you be a virtual assistant for them for an hour and help them do stuff once a week? Can you volunteer for a club or an organization online? Is there anything you can do besides goofing off on your phone and watching TV and complaining? Vote, volunteer, help. Number two, this ties in with it. Social media does not equal making a difference. These are not the same things. Watching videos that I make, they're practical, helpful. They aren't opinions. They aren't rants, except for maybe the last minute and a half was a little bit of a rant. I'll give you that. But watching social media, posting onto Facebook, posting onto Instagram, making a YouTube video and having your friends like it, that's not the same as making a difference. The story of the starfish, the boy throwing the starfish into the ocean and somebody says there's thousands of them. How are you going to make any kind of difference? And he picks up one and he goes, throws it in, he said, I made a difference to that one. I am where I am partially because a teacher took an interest in me and cared about me as a human being when I was 15 years old. I'm where I am because I had parents, one at a time, multiple parents, but at different times, who encouraged me. I am where I am because I had friends who stood beside me in hard times. And I am where I am because I have a God who loved me and helped me in really tough times where I thought I wasn't going to make it. And I read books and I learned things and I took a real look at myself and I evaluated where I was. And I took action. I stopped complaining. I didn't look around my life and go, I hate this. I go, I hate this. How do I change it? So posting on social media and saying, hey, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. Stop. Take action to improve your life and the life of people around you. The only way for things to get better is for you to start today. Yes, I have notes. That's what I'm reading. It's for you to start today. Start learning. Whether books, articles. This is deep learning. I get as addicted as anyone to a bunch of videos. I love true crime. I love foreign languages. I love just learning random facts online, but I'm never going to win $1 million on Jeopardy. So it's kind of a waste of time for me to spend more than 10 or 15 minutes of fun time doing those things. However, finding a topic that you want to learn about and focusing in on that, something practical that's going to help you, whether it's job skills, time management, relaxation techniques, making soap. Right to my right in here, I have my stuff for making homemade soap. I have my garden stuff right there here in the room that I'm in, and I have my garden outside because where I live, it's not warm most of the year. So I kind of am trying to learn how to garden inside. So I've been inside garden and outside garden. I've spent the last 2 months not posting a bunch of videos because I had to step back and I had to relearn some skills and techniques for my job and my volunteer stuff that I'm doing. And I wanted to get really good and really efficient at doing those things. So I had to pause. And now I'm back making the videos, having learned a lot. And I'll be implementing those things here. So not 3 hours of videos, deep learning. Then with each thing that you are learning, whether it's 20 or 30 minutes of reading, whether it's 1 or 2 10-minute videos, whether it's a specific task you want to learn how to do, write down one action step, one action step, and then assign it to a day. When you have actions for the next 5 days, stop. Stop the video, stop the reading, stop the blog, stop this. You can go back and reread the same things, but don't get new stuff. You're going to get paralyzed by inaction by finding too many things. We're full of knowledge. The Bible says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. The problem right now isn't too much knowledge. It's that we have too much information and we don't have time to process and implement it. We're stuffed full of knowledge. So find one thing, schedule when you're going to do it. After you find 5, stop, and then be grateful. This is the promise part about the necklace and the earrings. So first of all, let me share with you a quote that I heard today. I think it was Mario Andretti who said it. If you know, can you put it in the comments below? If I'm wrong, correct me. If I'm right, if you know where it's from. I think he told it to Darren Hardy of Success Magazine, but he may have said it other places too. The racer said, how do you become, well, he was asked, how do you become a world-class racer? And he says, don't look at the wall. You will go in the direction of your focus. I don't focus on where I am, but where I want to be. And so my earrings and my necklace, I can't really hold them up too well, but you see they're little stars. The story of these is there is a movie called A Knight's Tale that came out around 2000. Heath Ledger was the knight in the story. And he was actually a commoner who pretended to be a knight. And I won't ruin the ending, but at one point in the story, he has a flashback of when he was a little boy. And he saw a knight going down the road. And he said, I'd like to be a knight someday. And his father, who was a thatcher, you know, somebody who did roofs back in the Middle Ages, he said, if you believe, you can be anything. And, you know, you can change the stars. And the boy said, can you really change your stars? And his father, a man laughed at him, and a thatcher being a knight. Haha, so funny. And his father said, yeah, man can change his stars. Well, when my husband graduated with his master's in nursing degree, he gave me these earrings and necklace because we had changed our stars. Because we had gone from facing homelessness. And I've told you guys the story, and I'll put up some videos soon that really recounts everything that happened. But we went during the course of 2007, from January to May, about 10 weeks in that time where we didn't have food, and my husband would go days without eating. And then we went for a number of years where we had food, but we were still never full. Like, we were always hungry. And my husband had cancer, and the economy, there was the huge recession, and we thought we were going to lose absolutely everything that we had worked for. And by everything, I mean everything. Both of our cars, we had the engines blow in both vehicles. A friend of ours gave us a car so my husband could go back and forth to work. And I started my writing business, Writing Career Coach, during that time based on some donations that friends had given us to get our house out of foreclosure. We then had $165 left, and I used that to buy a 2-page domain. I had somebody build a website for me and bought the domain and made a 2-page website and started my business from there. And then my husband went back to school to be a nurse, and that took years and years and years. And then he got his master's and all those things, and we changed our stars. We now get to go on medical missions and help people instead of being the people helped. And that truly is changing your stars. It started by accepting where I was and deciding that's not where I was going to end up. It took a lot of hard work. It took a lot of belief that things could get better even when it looked absolutely impossible. It took a lot of faith. I couldn't have done this without God. He's really the reason I am where I am. But I also took the steps that he put in front of me. When opportunities were presented, I took action. When learning was available, I grabbed it. We did not get, this video is being recorded in June of 2022. It was this past October that we finally got high-speed internet where we live that wasn't satellite-based. And the satellites, I hate them. If it started clouding or a bird flew too close to the house, suddenly you didn't have satellite, so you didn't have internet. So I have not had internet like you guys in the city have had. I did not get that until 2021 in the fall, finally. And so this was back in 2007. We didn't have access to internet, videos, any of those things. Okay, so let me go back and recap. For those of you who want to take action, stop complaining. Vote with your dollars, with your time, with your actual vote. Volunteer. Find a way to help people. And then help. Social media is not the same as making a difference. The only way for things to get better is for you to start doing something. So get yourself around meaningful books. Stop trying to self-actualize and instead find a way to improve yourself. No, those two are not the same thing. Assign yourself a single task that's proactive. Today, one of my tasks was making my videos for this week. So that was my one task. I wrote it down. I scheduled a time. I'm doing it now. And then once you have 5 days worth of things, stop reading, stop looking into stuff. That's what I did. I'm showing you what it is that I did. And then be grateful. Be thankful for what you have. And look forward to what you will get. And when you get there, have things around to remind you of how far you've come. Be excited about what you've done and what you've accomplished, but don't stop there. Don't rest on your laurels. You know what I do now? I go back to the beginning and I vote, I volunteer, and I help. And then I get new goals and I get new plans and I don't spend my time on the videos. I do all this stuff. We just keep doing it. Each time we get to a new stair step, we do it again. We do it again. And that's what I hope for you. So share with me in the comments below what some of your goals are, maybe some of your 5 things if you want to. When are you going to get it done? And come back and tell me when you did it. I hope this has been practical and helpful for you. Make sure you remember to build up a memorial that reminds you of what you've accomplished, and don't just keep pushing yourself. Give yourself a chance to go, I did it. All right, I will see you in the next video. And in the meantime, go to these videos here and look at them and get some good information to help you. I'll see you next time.